Hello and welcome everybody to the Sandbox Wednesday stream. I'm Alex. This is Joseph. We work with the
Hi.
Sandbox. And
We're awesome.
yeah, we're awesome. I mean, everybody here's awesome. You all are
Yeah, you're
awesome. Everybody
Yeah.
watching right now is
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
And yeah, today is the day that we just, hang out and play games and talk about stuff and have fun. So, let's see. We don't have a lot of announcements. I believe, Joseph, you mentioned that there's a new exchange that opened up. What's the deal
Yes,
with that?
we have. I want to make sure that I pronounce it right, but I don't know that I am. I believe it's Bibox, Bibox. Exchange has launched. They are based out of China or the Asia region. So if you have interest in expansion all over the world, we are filling that out right now. So there is a ton of announcements to be made, and they are all on backlog right now. So you can see me
Yeah,
rubbing
yeah.
my hands because I'm just like waiting. I'm waiting. I'm like chomping at the bit. I'm sitting here in all of our meetings, and I'm like, "Hey, let's do it." So we are literally waiting for the green light from someone that I can't announce to be able to go with all of these great new
Yeah.
expansive.
We've actually got
News.
that about multiple things. So there's all sorts of stuff going on in the background here that, are really cool and we want to talk about, but we can't talk about it. So let's not talk about it. Let's not peek behind the curtain here. And let's carry on. Right. Somebody asked Roy Goob, double Wizzy giveaway today because we missed Saturday. You know what? I'm feeling it.
Me.
I'm
Are we
feeling
doing
it.
it?
We'll do it.
That's
We'll
it.
do a double Wizzy giveaway. We'll
Double
do
Wizzy all the way. You know what that means? You know what that means,
double
Alex?
Wizzy. What does it mean?
What does it mean? What it means is I'm just going to set it up for right now. We don't usually do it right at the top of the
Oh
stream,
no.
but you know what? We're going to do one right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So give me just 2
All right.
seconds to configure the new form, and then I'm going to share it in the chat. So if you're watching on any platform anywhere around the world, this link is about to go up for you, and please fill this out. This gives you eligibility to win a Wizzy, the Blue Wizard NFT. You can only ever win one of these NFTs. If you do win, you go on the list, and you will become ineligible for all future winnings. But here we go. Boom, boom. Forms in the chat. Out to all platforms. Check, check,
I will
check.
clarify all future winnings of the Wizzy because we do other giveaways also.
We do
So
so many other giveaways.
it's not like you
Actually,
can win like one thing and you can never win any other things else
Yeah,
again. But
that's
for the wizard, you can only
Yes.
get one of the blue ones through the giveaways.
So you can use this Wizzy the Blue asset in your game designs in the Game Maker, or you can use it for trading, or you can just show it off in any metaverse that accepts the format for our assets. But it's a super cool little asset that we, Alex specifically, designed right here on these streams. So, Alex, what are we doing today?
Well,
Looks
you
like
know
you're-
what? I kind of want to take a look back through some of the old stuff on the gallery because there's what 29 pages, sort of. I mean, these don't really count. 28 pages full of games that people have made, and I certainly haven't played all of them. Some of them are not like really games. Some of them are like little tests and things like that. But there are definitely some cool things in here that I feel are worth revisiting, and maybe a lot of the people watching haven't seen before. So let's find a game. There's one in particular that I've never played, and I'm trying to see where it is. And it came out around the same time as that Wizard Tower level, and I think it was called something like The Abyss, something like that. And it should be somewhere here in the back, unless it got removed. But there's some really, really cool things that people have done with this, and if I can't find it, I think we will go and replay the Wizard's Tower and maybe try to find all the secrets, because I never did find the last secret after I found it the first time. So yeah, I think we'll go and do the Wizard's Tower. We'll go and do that. All right, let's do it. taking the plunge.
Cool.
I'm gonna go
All
back.
right.
This is one of the kind of OG gallery experiences. You can see it's on one of the last pages here. This is actually made by one of our level designers. And getting lots of buffering on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm getting some buffering as well.
I'm not getting any frame drops on my side. I'm guessing it's probably an internet thing.
We'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
So, I think it'll clear up. We'll see. So, Alex, while you're looking at that sort of stuff, and we're going through the form only has 20 responses, folks. So if you saw a form on your chat log there, a little link to a Google form, please fill that out so you can be eligible to win the Wizzy the Blue NFT asset. We will be doing 2 of these drawings today because Alex and I had life stuff going on Saturday. A lot of busyness going down. And Alex, in that vein, if these folks who are watching today weren't watching on Monday when we do our VoxEdit streams with Panda Pops, this is a new official stream. Just to let you know, we have expanded the ambassador program, so you have a lot more people now that you can reach out to on various platforms. Many of them are over on our Discord chat. So if you have new questions for us, we have some new hands that can help. Some of those folks are in this stream right now. And also, we are expanding our tools for our officially supported live streamers. So if you are creating content for the Sandbox, you're making a game, you're working in VoxEdit, and you live stream that content while you do. If you are doing that, then please let me know. And maybe I'll pop into your stream, and after some time, if you are willing to commit to a schedule, we could add you and officially support your streams and give you resources to help you get more viewers and improve your product over time. One of our streamers recently became an affiliate with the Twitch, I believe. So that allows them now to get subscribers properly, and subscribers on Twitch means you're making some money. So like the transition is going pretty well for them, but we'll see that hopefully explode in the future, right? My long-term goal is to make sure that each one of our streamers is getting a considerable number more people watching at any given time, and working with them on how to build that audience as much as any other platform. So it's pretty cool.
Joseph,
I'd like to see more. Yes, sir.
I don't want to cut you off, but I'm because a lot of people are saying that they're getting buffering issues. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off because they're probably, if it's buffering a lot, they probably won't hear the last minute of what you said. So I don't want you to keep going. We are going to stop real quickly, and we will be back in hopefully 30 seconds. So back. So I did some finagling with the quality, and hopefully everything should be working smoothly. Does mean that you're not going to get a crispy 60 FPS, but if it was stuttering and buffering, you weren't really enjoying that 60 FPS anyway. So let's hope that this is a nice, smooth experience for everybody. All right, so we just came out of our little cave, and we talked to this old man who asks if we got to the top of the tower and defeated the tower's master. So, having played this before, and some of you may have been here the last time we played it, we did find some secrets hidden around. And let's see if we can remember where any of them are. So we got a cool dude there. Now Joseph, I cut off Joseph a little bit. He was talking about how you can work with us on this stuff. So I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to share on that, Joseph, while I look.
Specifically, I was just vibing on that, like just making words fall out of my mouth as I do, how it is. But it was, we want to see more live streams of the Sandbox, of course. And there have been occasions in the past where I've dropped into people's streams and done the Wizzy NFT giveaway on their stream. I may go up on, let's say, a platform like Telegram and say, hey, if you're here right now, join this stream right now. And then like another 10, 20 people drop into their stream. And then I say, cool, here's a link for Wizzy. you can win, right? So I would be more than happy to promote anybody who lets me know that they are live. I just have to be able to watch for a second and make sure that you're not like, excessively vulgar or something like that. At least with regards to Sandbox games specifically. So that's hit me up at TheVisionEX on Twitter anytime, or on our Discord or on our Telegram. Just let me know when you are live, and you could start to work your way into one of these live stream programs that we do. So right now we had, as of the beginning of the month, 96 streams that have been officially or otherwise supported. So some of those streams are ours that you're seeing right now. Others are, most of those, in fact, are the community. So I'd like to see that number go up, right? We want to see more streamers, more people creating great content for the Sandbox and having a lot of fun with the community. So again, just let me know.
All right. There we go. There's that one. So we've got 2 out of 5. The most I've ever gotten is 4 out of 5. I have found all 5 of them independently before.
Sorry, I'm seeing a question in the chat.
Oh,
you
sure.
do not have to fill the new link. I just created a new link because people were asking, and I didn't see yet at the time that other people were sharing that link. So it's the same link. It does the same thing.
Oh.
It's just generated a new URL because of the, the way that Google Forms works when you generate a URL. So you don't have to fill it out twice.
I was fast enough and I was able to jump off the bridge.
Yes,
I can't go that
you
way.
do need to put in the MetaMask address or otherwise your Ethereum-based wallet address in order to win the Wizzy NFT. And it should be, just so you know, it doesn't necessarily have to show the asset in your wallet. Some wallets are compatible with actually giving you a visual of like what assets you have for NFTs, but they're still associated with your MetaMask or with your Etherscan IO address. So
I seem to remember that one of the secrets.
100% buffering.
What was that?
Oh, there we go. Wait, it's lagging so hard. But nonetheless,
I don't understand why it would be lagging so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I need to go kick down the door at my ISB.
Yeah, right.
Be like, hey, you said 100 megabit.
Go get him. Go get him, Alex. Go get him.
Yeah, be right back. I'm gonna go knock down the door at my ISB.
Yeah. No, it's funny because, like, we each have different kinds of issues. I'm waiting on my second. I ordered this PC a month and a half ago, right? So that I'd be able to plug my main PC into my secondary PC, so I can avoid frame lag.
Mm-hmm.
But I know my up bandwidth is, 50 megabits per second. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Or, capable to do the thing.
I know that there's an entrance around here somewhere. I can't find it. And I'm pretty sure it's like hidden in grass, because the first time I found it, I just like fell through the ground. We did kick out a link for the Wizzy. That's the first giveaway. We should probably close that one. There is going to be a second one later on.
It's his fault. Blame Alex.
Hey, it's also Alex's fault we're giving away 2 today.
That's right. This is Alex's fault. Blame him. You know what I mean? Don't even think about it.
Well, I guess that was Roy Goob's suggestion. Or Roy Goob's just trying to up his chances.
His? I don't know. I assume. It does say Roy. I don't know a lot of females named Roy. They? Blame them.
Blame Roy Goob.
Siribo over on Twitch.
Andy Ritchie, were you able to publish the Alt F4 game? I didn't see. I don't have my Twitter chat open right now. Where is this hole? If the Alt F4 game is ready, we'll exit out of this because anybody can play this whenever they want, and we'll go check out Alt F4.
You think so? You ready to rage?
I am. Today is the day.
Oh, let's get ready to rage, Alex! Oh yeah.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the spirit come upon me. I'm ready to break a keyboard today.
You know, just for fun. On the back end, I love seeing our development team, and like, you know, I can't talk about details, but I can talk about little fun stuff. And Alex, when we were running around in that social hub the other day, right, the new ones that we were testing, I noticed that the netcode for the multiplayer like connectivity was much better, right? Like the team
than previous tests, right?
Yeah,
It's definitely improved. Yeah,
you know, like there was,
and it stays up for longer too.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. I want to see. We had a comment that says the multiplayer is going to be insane in this game, and like I would agree that once it's ready, once you can have multiplayer like in those game experiences, it's going to be pretty insane, because the team is clearly like improving the step by step, and they want to make sure that it's perfect before that gets out there. But just seeing it in the social hubs where people are a lot like, when we first launched it a little while ago, like internally, it was pretty choppy. After a while, people would get increasingly choppy as they kind of ran around.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem to be the case now, at least not nearly as bad, like to a point where it's pretty unnoticeable now. So
yeah, we got some occasional chop, but it didn't seem like the issue we had before is people would completely lag out and be like frozen where they were. Not to themselves, just to everybody else. And that didn't happen at all that I saw.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't see that at all when we were playing the other day. And, you know, some of these social hubs that are being made are just fun, just really like, and, you know, we played a game where it was like, hey, there's a number here on this wall, go find it, right? And like, where is the wall? And like, once you find these 3, then you can, you know, whatever, get this pseudo reward, right? Or a little pat on the back, because it's all internal stuff, right? But I had a lot of fun with that, Alex, and being the second person, given that I didn't design the level and it was my first time ever playing it, but being the second person to get to the highest point in the level was a bit of an achievement for me, because I'm watching people jump on the heads of robots flying in the air, and like they just go falling.
Some of our coworkers were so mad that they.
Oh, absolutely! All 100 meters of vertical airspace, they just fell to the floor of the world, and I was like,
what's that? Is that from The Simpsons?
But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I can't wait to see this really unlock and everybody be able to get their hands on it.
I've never heard one of my bosses swear so much in a voice chat before.
Yeah, that's true. There was a lot of swearing, for sure. There were people who literally just gave up, right? And they were like, no, I'm not even going to try to get to the top because I can't play well. Like, I'm bad. And then, like, talking about, like, no, I see you on the stream. You guys know how to jump around, but we just, you know, we're artists. And I'm like, no, come on, get up here.
Now, to be fair, the place that we were trying to get to was like an extra challenge. It was not to like beat the game or the level. It was a, can you get here? There's a special reward up here, type deal. So we're not trying to create games that are going to make people hate us.
And that wasn't even a game experience, right? I mean, it was a social hub.
Yeah.
So it's really just like, it's one of those things like as you do when
you get bragging rights by being able to get to that extra world. So.
Like, I want to come up here, like when you play Halo, right? They have those skulls where it's like, where are they on the level? Or when you play like Skyrim and you're like, how can I climb this mountain? I don't want to climb it conventionally. I just want to literally jump up the mountain, right?
Yeah.
And so it was one of those.
Just ride your horse to the very peak.
Yeah,
That's how you do.
Just look over the whole world from all the way up here.
So this is a 1x1. I saw somebody asking, and there's a lot of verticality to it. So this goes up, and it also goes down, which you might see later. But I see Andy is offering to let me log into his account. let's not type your password in the chat. Let's not do that. I don't think Andy Ritchie would do that. I'm just making a joke.
Yeah.
So let me see.
That happens.
I'm just one-handed.
Can you do the be right back screen while also, you know what I mean? Like, is there like a I'm hiding screen?
Yeah.
The winner was announced for the first one, and I closed the drawing for the first form. So the first winner was Siribo4134. I have their information here, so I will be putting that on the form. They now have won the Wizzy the Blue NFT asset, and they are not going to be eligible to win the second one or further Wizzies, but other giveaways they'll still certainly be eligible for. And we have done different kinds of giveaways in the past, so all sorts of different like prizes or redemptions they will be eligible for. So,
I don't know if I got better, if I got good, or if jumping's just easier than it used to be. I remember having a lot harder time on those exterior jumps, getting stuck on the outside, missing them. I think our jump is a little more powerful than it used to be, at least for when this level was made. I'm trying to remember if there was something on the outside. See, I'm kind of disappointed with myself that I've only found 2 out of 5, but it has been a while since I played this, and I know that when we get to the top, something happens. Let's just show everybody that. So we get up to the top, old man's there, and he's like, "Heh."
I like
Strong. What?
I like all these things that are kind of like, "Hey, I'm gonna come get you." No,
I knew.
You're dead.
So I knew what was gonna happen. So if you're not expecting it, this drops you down into hell, basically. And I'm just, I'm like, I'm not about that life. Wait, what? What? This is like a volcano. I didn't see it before, until just then when I looked down the top of it, and I'm not sure I could have made that jump from the bird's nest, but I'm pretty sure there's something down here. I might have to make it from the bird's nest. Yeah, I'm not seeing a way jumpable up to the top of that, but there's like a hole down the middle of that. Maybe.
Virat asks, what could be the value of Wizzy the Blue after 1 year? And I gotta say, honestly, I'm not sure. Unlimited potential, because I feel like we're gonna run once they run out and people realize that they have something that's that exclusive. I think that the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations where we're going to continue to have different types of Wizzy asset, but never one that you can pick up on the stream. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
For a frame of reference of something that actually happened, about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I sold a legendary 1 of 200 NFT from the Sandbox for $1,000 on OpenSea. And it was it was at the time, I don't remember what the sand value was at that specific day, but it was about, I think, 3,500 sand, which came out to $1,000. So I guess it'd be around 30 cents or so, maybe a little more. And yeah, and that was a flip. I bought it for $350 and flipped it for $1,000. And somebody else sold the same one the same day for about the same amount in ETH. So 2 different buyers. I think it was 2 different buyers. So yeah, obviously that people are willing to pay that much for an asset that has the same scarcity and power level as Wizzy the Blue. So that's pretty cool, and to think of that's what it's at now, before we're out of like alpha and beta stages for various parts of what we're doing. So that's pretty exciting. I want to get up to 0.5 ETH for Wizzy the Blue. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. Somewhere in the ballpark of 900 for that. Laura, right now we can't make L-shaped lands simply because the uh, game client is not designed to do so.
You.
But we are. Ooh, look at you, sir.
So that's what he was talking
You,
about opening it up. Whoa, how'd you do that?
It,
Secret.
it literally said secret area, like when you picked up an object that was called secret area. I love it.
Yep. We could actually see those in our inventory. They get called victory triggers there, but yeah.
We are not going to burn any Wizzy the Blue tokens.
No,
they are only
burn
given
Wizzies.
away here.
Yeah.
Only ever here. So if you aren't watching these official streams, you are not eligible to win. But all of our official streams, we give away Wizzy the Blue, and then occasionally on the officially supported community streams, like Aladev, I think I added him to the list. Maybe I didn't. I feel bad if I'm pretty sure he's on the list now. Aladev there, Andy Ritchie. We've got Panda Pops when they're on D Live. We've got who else? Not animated on Twitch. We've got I got the whole list. There's a bunch of them, right? And I'm gonna actually take that Get Book link and I'm gonna put it in the chat so that you can tell all of the streams that are eligible to potentially win on there. I have to be able to drop in on those streams, and I haven't been in their streams as much this week because I'm building programs on the back end for them to help them get those additional followers and kind of understand what the right process is for live streaming, regardless of what your personality is. Right, there are some things that just everyone who live streams should do in order to get a bigger following. So definitely want to help with that. Santa burns. Did we burn the rest of those Santas?
They have not been burned yet. I'm not sure if we're waiting for anything on that. I think all the ones that are going to be distributed have been distributed, and then we're saving a few for charity auctions, and then the plan is to burn the rest of them. We're going to have a nice Santa bonfire, so...
yeah.
Santa's
so the only way you'll be able to ever get Santa Wizzies would be during the Christmas time. Next year, 9 months from now, I will be doing the first auction with the 10 that I've reserved, unless Sebastian does the auction that he wanted to do. But we will see what happens. Are you gonna kill? Is there like a little skeleton in the wall, or was that just you?
That I saw that there was a brick there was a block that was the rock texture instead of the dirt texture. I thought maybe that was a secret entrance. I'm like 75% positive there is an entrance around here. I know that I found it before, and I think I even asked level designer, like, is there an entrance over there? And he's like, yeah. I was like, oh, I need to find it.
Yeah, Andy, I fixed the calendar on the back end for the daylight savings time now, so hopefully that works. But again, we usually post everything in GMT, so folks can do the conversion. If daylight savings time is up, I know now, that's like, oh, okay, I've got a 7-hour instead of an 8-hour difference from that. So definitely could talk about it, though. If you want a message, we can hash it out on the DM. Alex, you do also have a direct message for Andy's account.
Yes.
If you want to do the early access preview of that, I know that.
It's amazing how much Andy trusts me to not delete his account.
There it is. All right, uninstall Andy Ritchie.
Just gonna delete the level.
Just kidding. No, why would anyone do that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah,
I don't know. Andy's been psychologically priming me for rage on this. So
that's true. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying you're gonna rage quit so hard you delete the level.
Yeah. I won't actually do that. I won't actually. I promise not to do that.
Stop it. Can't believe it.
All right, I've had enough. I'm rage quitting on this because I know there's an entrance over here somewhere and I'm not finding it, and I'm sure that is not particularly interesting to watch me walk around the same hill over and over again. So I'm gonna hide my screen real quick. We're gonna go to be right back, and you know what Joseph, Joseph?
What? It's just gonna be me? Guess what?
It's
You know? It's gonna be me. There I am. Hi, everyone. It's just Joseph. And everyone else is gone right now while we're waiting for Alex to log in. And he just put me on the spot right here. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, hey, the spot. Here's Joe. What do you guys have some questions about the sandbox? I imagine that you're not just here for our beautiful faces and witty comments. You wanna actually learn some things. You wanna. Normally, these Wednesday streams are designed for us picking apart your games and telling you everything that's wrong with them, so that you can go back. And that's a really quick summary of it. But you can go back and make your games just that little bit better for the community to be able to play your content and get the experience that they expect. Of course, you can always completely ignore everything we suggest and make your game however you like. But if you're interested in some feedback on your games, we will do live bug testing. We will do live play testing. Talk about how to increase world building, how to maybe fix something about an element that you're thinking like, oh, this doesn't behave like I expected it to behave. What feedback would you give? And we'll open up the game and play it. And that is every Wednesday. And then on Saturdays, we 99% of the time will help you by teaching you how to do new things with the Game Maker client. This Saturday, we happen to be running VoxEdit just a little bit, but all other Saturdays aside from that, we have been making Game Maker knowledge happen. So let's see if I can get some of these questions here. How do I buy sand in the U.S.? Yeah, sorry. There are a lot of questions that come in from a lot of different platforms. I see you over there on YouTube. You can buy sand in the U.S. By going to Hit BTC. There, I think Bilaxy also has it that is U.S. accessible, but it varies by state to state. You can definitely get it on Uniswap if you don't mind the gas fees there. So there's a lot of different options, but you can see a list of our exchanges over on our Git book. So if you go over to the Sandbox Git book, I believe there's a list of exchanges where you can purchase on there. I'll double check. If there isn't, then I'll work on that. But yes, Hit BTC is a good one for the US. They're pretty much available in every state as far as I have seen. If you can't sign in or buy there, let me know and I will try to hook you up with some other links. You can hit me on Telegram. You can go to our Discord chat, ask there. A lot of helpful folks there, including myself. So more than willing to help with that. Sure. So the role of an ambassador, Roy, is essentially to be the first voice that someone hears about the sandbox with and can answer some basic questions about the sandbox. Typically, basic questions lead to more advanced questions, and those people, while you are the face, the first person that they know, you quickly become an influencer for the sandbox community. So if you have a question that you can't answer, because most ambassadors aren't necessarily experts in the product, then you can always at me, because ambassadors have direct access to me pretty much 24 hours a day over on our Discord channel. And you can ask me any question that you like, and then I will get you back that answer. I am working on the back end for those ambassadors to make sure that they have access to those resources 24/7, 365 through a private Git book that talks about all of the deep and dark things that we have hiding behind the curtain. But there are more things that ambassadors get. I have yet to, but will be distributing after this stream a non-disclosure agreement, so that ambassadors have the ability to know about what's coming next before anyone else. So what that means is when I come onto this stream and I say, oh, something's about to happen, but I can't say it, well, they'll already know. So it'll be really fun for them, I'm sure, while they're watching, to be like, oh, Joe can't say the thing, but haha, I know what the thing is. Totally know who we're going to put a new content out from or whatever, right? So there's a lot of different things that ambassadors do. Some of them are as simple as like making YouTube videos. Some of them are pretty much like Twitter bots. You know what I mean? Like they're out there constantly prophesizing about what we do. But there is, even though Twitter is an oversimplification, when you're out there on Twitter, you tend to get as many questions as I do here on this stream. Just because you'll say something like, "Hey, you guys should check this out," and then somebody will say, "Well, what are you all about?" And you're like in a long chain of like answering those questions, in a way that you wouldn't expect, right? So ambassadors are just very, very excited, vocal faces of the company in a way. Yeah. So the question: some projects are migrating to other networks that don't have high fees. So we already have a system in place that helps solve this problem. So it doesn't exist on the wide area in the sense that like if you buy a land NFT, that is still happening on chain direct. But there is another way when the marketplace is live. Integration will slowly build into our own sort of layer two system. As you may have seen on the original Binance research article, when we published that back in, I don't know, July or something, we we had we had talked about how the sand that you want to transfer or the assets that you buy in the marketplace happen on layer two because it happens in the same way as like an exchange does, or a traditional exchange like a Binance, like a Hit BTC, right? Where your account is associated with a certain thing. But if you want to move that off onto the blockchain, there is typically an associated fee to do it. So if you want to take it over to OpenSea and sell it, there may be a fee that they incur there separate for the on-chain transaction. We are also exploring multiple different layer 2 options that I can't really talk about because different potential partners with that regard. One of our partners that already exists is the Matic network, but I am not sure if that would be the one that we commit to at the end of the day, or frankly, if it's even necessary. Because if you may have noticed, the Ethereum blockchain had reprioritized when they're going to do their updates. So it may be that the implementation of proof of stake Ethereum comes sooner than later. And when that does, technologically speaking, costs should go way down for gas. So that may not even be an issue, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Hi.
Hi.
So for some reason, we're not sure what's going on. I'm not able to log into Andy Ritchie's account to play the game. I think Andy Ritchie is continuing the psychological warfare to make me want to rage quit by feeding me false information about how to log into this account. So,
K-Wiz, there is news for a preseason 0, but as I mentioned at the top of the stream, all of this news is backed up by like one or two different major announcements that have to be approved by people we can't talk about. So as soon as that happens, then like the dam breaks and the river flows, and there will be a flood of information that comes in. So I think that once you know exactly who and why everything gets held up, you're going to be happy with the fact that everything was held up and say at the end of the day it was all worth it, right? So just bear with us a little bit on this announcement because there is so much pent up. Like, I don't know if you can feel the excitement in me, but I'm like, I want to just go like, yes, the blah, blah, blah is totally coming to the Sandbox, and all of this is happening, but it's just not it's not the time for that. So there will be news. There will be lots of information coming.
So I wanted to hop into this game. This game was pretty cool, and I haven't played it since the later updates, so I'm not sure how well it will work. But this game was one of the earlier 2x2s, I think. And it's by Maz4444, who I think is the one that did the arcade game. Am I remembering that correctly? So Maz does these really elaborate worlds, and we had been playing the arcade game a couple weeks ago, and This was one of their first releases on here, and yeah, the frame rate is a lot better than it used to be. So, that's just from the optimizations coming in from the game maker itself. And sorry, I'm looking at the chat. um, Andy Ritchie wants to
Laura.
put you through this torture. I tried logging in. I don't know why it won't work for me, but
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, don't worry. I'm sure Andy later will be like, "Hey, can you even do this?" And I'll be like, "Click, click." You know what I bet it is, Alex, is, and I could be wrong, but the client synchronizes with your browser. Is that right?
I don't think so. I switch accounts all the time on the game maker for work reasons. So
Okay.
I have my own account, and then we have some other accounts set up for partners and stuff where we do things for them.
Oh
So
yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Okay,
so
so
yeah,
you're
I don't
yeah,
usually
yeah,
have an
yeah.
issue with it.
Okay, all right,
Yeah, it's just
all
an
right.
odd thing.
Well, let's see. I want to address some things that come up in the chat. Just for understanding, layer two solutions keep sand on ETH, but some transactions are done off chain. Sure. So layer two solutions are almost exactly what you just said. Um, they are like a side chain, right? So different layer two solutions have different ways of addressing the problem that it is off chain. One of those solutions is called ZK rollup. Um, but there are many others that are very familiar or similar to it. And what it means is that after a certain amount of time where all these transactions are happening off chain, all at once, they go, okay, all this happened and dump it onto the Ethereum blockchain, right? And there's a cost associated with that, of course. But the little tiny little transaction fees that you're incurring accumulate up enough, and then all of that dumps on um, at no cost to you, but at cost to the company, like the Sandbox, for example. Um, so that way, they're all still on the Ethereum blockchain primarily, but you're not eating a bunch of fees that way. But again, if we get into a system where, let's say, Ethereum updates to the proof of stake, uh, it's said to be able to handle about 1,000 times more transactions uh, per second. So at the same cost, which essentially means cut your fees divided by 1,000. So a $30 fee would be 3 cents. So
I can live with that.
um, yeah, and of course, as the network continues to grow and blah blah blah, right, those fees will go up over time again. But it's always good to see those updates coming, and we are they all rising from the ground?
They are. I'm pretty sure that's a bug because these guys are all supposed to be underground in the dungeon that you unlock with the TNT.
Oh,
So I think this was a result of an update that
sure.
repositioned some things because these guys are definitely they weren't up here before and not sticking halfway through the snow. So I'm just kind of clearing them out, making things easier for myself. And this guy looks angry. And for some reason I don't have a sword, but my punches are like really really strong. I think when this game came out, we still had the avatar configurator component, which is not something we have anymore, and you could manually type in the name of a specific piece of equipment that would be on your character. So you could select a specific sword or a specific helmet, and we had no inventory or equipment system in place. So game maker's come a long way since then, but it seems like this still works fine. So other than enemies being a little displaced. So let's see. She's asking us to find some TNT. Just over here.
So I got some questions in the chat here. First, the Cerebo, you can absolutely play these games right now. All you have to do is have a Sandbox account and download the Game Maker client. Click Gallery, check them all out. These are all created by people like you, so you can go play them at any time. What's up with those blocks? Oh,
Yeah, I
oh,
think
that's nice.
I think the idea was that we picked up the TNT and then this guy kind of like placed it for us.
Oh, okay.
Because at
Okay.
first it made it look like it kind of blew up around him, but back then we didn't have the explosion animation either. So
Sure.
sometimes people in these older version games have set up effects that they want to imitate, but then as the game maker has changed, it kind of changes the way it looks to sometimes be not exactly what it was intended to be, but you can still have fun with them, and it would mean that maybe they need to go back and edit and update. But this was actually an entry for the first Game Jam, and it actually placed in the top 10.
Cool. We have another question here. It says, am I saying that automatic translations for each region will work? No. I just short and sweet there. You do have to do translations when you make games, but you can design games in such a way that as soon as you start, you can pick a language. So for more details on that, you'll want to ask AlloDev, who is streaming on Twitch, and you can see them in our official supported streamers list. So AlloDev went through among a few others in our last Game Jam and made it so that their game, as soon as you start, it says, which language do you want to play in? And they particularly are from Germany, so it was like Dutch or English, right? But when you played the game, what was that? Force Majeure, right, Alex? Force Majeure?
Yep.
Had 4 languages available.
Which blows me away. That just sounds like so much work.
I mean, it is work, right?
And they did a really good job setting that up.
Yeah, they had theirs available in Dutch, French, English, and what was the other one? I forget.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, well,
I only played it in English because I'm a, I'm a plebeian and only read English.
Let's see here. So Chris asks, which stream is the actual live stream? So the answer to that is all of them, also none of them. So if you're watching on YouTube and you're watching on Twitch, you are watching a live, 3 seconds later rebroadcast. So we use a service called restream.io, where we pump out the stream to that first, and then it kind of splits it and sends it to Twitch, Facebook, Periscope, DLive, Theta, and YouTube, of course, and some other platforms as well, some other accounts, etc. So there's a whole bunch of cool stuff you can do with that. So if you have interest in live streaming and you want to stream to multiple platforms and you don't have account restrictions, if for our officially supported streamers, like Andy Ritchie in the chat just reached affiliate, so there's actually a Twitch terms of service that says you can't stream on multiple services at once. So that's why our Twitch streams don't have custom emotes or anything like that, because we didn't want to get locked down with those restrictions. But anyway, so there's a bunch of cool stuff with their service that you not paid for it, but check it out if you want to check it out. So let's see here. Will owners of lands be able to not allow users to be on their property and build a dictator district, as you say? So as it stands, anybody can go onto your land, but if you want to build a game experience that no one can go onto, then you can just make it in the game maker and then not publish it to the gallery, I guess. It's important to understand that at this time, all these game experiences are not multiplayer. So, if you were building, let's say you wanted to make a social hub so that you and your friends can hang out, that's just not there yet, because we are still working on the netcode to make sure that everything's really good and it works and doesn't fill up your temporary memory in your computer or something like that. So there's a bunch of little things that need to be done, but the team has, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, improved the experience a lot. It's working quite well. The last time that we play tested it was a lot of fun. So let's see here. And then, will avatars have special abilities in the future, like a fireball or a lightning strike? Or will it be like a weapon you pick up to use abilities, anything like that? So at this time, there are no ranged attacks, but we are only in version 0.5.2, as you see in the top right of the stream here. So there's a long way to go. And you're trying to use the elevator, but it doesn't work, huh?
I think it's because there's supposed to be 2 boss guys down here, and I think I think that was supposed to trigger something, and I don't see them down there. I don't know if they fell through the floor or if they just never spawned. So I may be
Right.
stuck at that point, but there is other stuff that we can do. If I go back to the top, I just have to manually go the long way back.
Well, yeah, and this is an important thing. We talk about a bunch of different stuff on Wednesdays, but this is important that people understand that when you see a new version of the game maker, it's good to sign in with an account that isn't your main account and play your game, play your experience. Make sure that nothing is updated that you need to like make some tweaks or do a patch for, because it's very often that you may need to do like a hot fix and work on your content to make sure that it's still, you know, well playable. But uh, when you're working in the metaverse later down the road, if you simply update code base and you don't change the NFTs that are inside your game, you don't have to worry about a new fee or anything like that. So you can update your game or you can issue a hotfix patch at any time. So just keep that in mind.
I to kind of detail on that question about being able to publish an experience that people are locked out. You could make it so your spawn is in an area where people can't access the rest of the map, so they get like trapped in a room, which would, I feel like, maybe be a little bit of a waste of land space. But you could, it wouldn't it wouldn't work particularly well because people would be able to circumvent it. But oh, hello, skeleton up here. So let's say you put a door that had like you need to answer this question and you need to get the right answer to pass. And you can make it so it only asks the question once. So you would need to get it right the first time, or you'd have to reload the level. So you can make like an exclusive club with like a password if you wanted. People would still be able to like chat and stuff and share the password. So you could let people in like a limited flow kind of thing. I don't know why you'd want to do all of that, but you could. I would say it would be more fun to have areas that are unlocked as you go along. So through gameplay, and the thing is with multiplayer, we don't have questions right now anyway. But if you want, you would have to do this through like single player experiences. Later on, you'd be able to do it in multiplayer. But yeah, you could lock doors with multiple choice questions and make it so that way the player can't progress unless they get the question right. Obviously, you can only do up to 4 answers in a single question. So, I don't know. You could do like a combination lock or something. You could do like those ones that have like like the old school locks when you've got like 4 rings that you can spin around. And that could be, you have to get each one of those right in order or something.
If we go way back to shoot, I don't know. I think it was the first game jam time, and Sebastian had been addressing these, and he's done a whole bunch of AMAs. But it is possible, and it's not currently implemented, but it is possible to limit access to your games based on a one-time purchase of like an NFT. And I
Yep.
see that in the chat, which is why I bring it up.
Yeah.
So if people don't have the NFT in their account, then they may not be able to get into your game. But that said, that's not in the system right now. We haven't programmed that in because we want to make sure that there are a lot of different steps that kind of get in the way of that. You want to make sure that you're doing all of the things in the right order, and not having multiplayer. We don't really have to worry about having NFT tickets or such working, right? Like you can make it so that people have to have it on their Etherscan address in order to be able to get into your game, but the same question comes up when you talk about like music in a space like this. If you want to do a concert, you would want that same idea of have an asset in your account. Now you can show up in the land to be at this concert. So it is something that is definitely in the workflow for us, but it's still pretty far off because we want to make sure that, in my opinion, and I don't know because I'm not in charge of that decision, but I would say we want to be at a version 1.0 by the time we implement that. And we're at 0.5 right now. Um, so there's still a ways off before that would need to be implemented. But it's still something that's definitely been talked about lots of times. There's also like access via, pay to play. Comes in those same aspects, right? Pay to play is you buy your ticket to get in, or you pay a little sand and you get in, or you
Right.
can do it all for free to play and whatnot. So
Yeah.
a lot of different options, but that'll develop out over time. So I put a link in the chat just a little bit ago. I don't know if you all saw it. It looks like 20 people saw it so far. So if you didn't see it, please scroll up, check out that. You'll want to win your Wizzy the Blue NFT asset. So please go check out the link. And you know what? I'm lazy. I'm going to do it again. There you go. I'm lazy, so I assume you guys want to be lazy in the chat, right? And like, that's not even an insult. That's a compliment. The laziest people in the world get stuff done the fastest and easiest. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Oh, just saw a shadow pass over me. There's dragons flying up there. I'm excited to see what people are going to do with like shadow and lighting, because the shadows in the sandbox are actually pretty nice. It's not like ray tracing per se, but things do cast dynamic shadows, and you can do lots of fun stuff with that. You know, like some foreboding, ominous things. Ooh, wait, where'd oh, he went down there.
So what day is it, Alex? It's a Wednesday, right?
It is a Wednesday. That's why we're playing a game.
It's Wednesday, my dudes. You know what I mean? Uh, so I'm over here and I'm looking at this little tidbit of information we have over in
Oh,
our get book, and
uh-oh.
I'm seeing that starting in what is this? 1 hour? Is that
Mm-hmm.
right, Andy? In 1 hour from now, Andy Ritchie will be going live, making and continuing to tweak on potentially. I don't know if he's still working on the game that's supposed to torture Alex, but that Andy Ritchie has been making this game that you will be able to watch us play live next Wednesday, right here on this stream. But if you want to check that out, watch them develop it. It's about an hour startup now. So Andy Ritchie is here in the chat. Andy Ritchie is one of our ambassadors and our officially supported live streamers. Andy Ritchie joined us just a couple of months ago now, starting up with the last game jam. Got direct feedback on this Wednesday stream, and helped improve the quality of their game
Oh
so much
no!
just by taking this feedback and running with it, that they were able to win one of the top 10 positions
Whoa!
in the game jam. Won a bunch of sand, bought a new computer. It was a lot of fun. So super happy. One of those fun little success stories. So yeah, you'll see it right here on Twitch TV, at their channel specifically. So just if you want to watch more content from the Sandbox, check them out in about an hour from now. There are also other streams. Every single day, there's a new streamer. If it's not us, it's somebody officially supported. 2 hours from now, okay, yeah, we'll have to figure that out,
I
because it does still say GMT.
There was the time
But
change for us that might have.
well, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just looking at it in GMT straight because I have a list separately, but it's
Ah.
probably all kinds of wonky. So I'll fix it over on
Ooh.
our
Ooh.
live streams timetable as well, Andy. So we'll get that sorted
Whoa.
out. Andy is one of our newest live streamers that we officially support here at the Sandbox. But if you are creating content and you would like to be added to that list, let me know.
This
I'll
is a
come watch your
lot.
streams.
This is a lot bigger than I realized. I'm in a
Oh yeah.
second level of hell underneath everything. I accidentally fell through the lava.
Yeah, you
Um.
didn't play this area? Don't you remember this?
Uh. Well, I played for a while and then I think I got stuck somewhere. Like
Okay.
physically stuck.
Yeah, this was the
During the
area
review.
where when I was reviewing it in this area, you actually couldn't open the gates at all.
Ah.
So I got stuck and I had to jump around stuff in order to open the gates. Um, but obviously that's a bit fixed now, isn't it?
Yeah,
So it's
the
cool.
gates work okay. Yeah, there's some other issues with like placement and spawning and stuff that have to get fixed up. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I hope Maz gets a chance to update this to working with the most recent tweaks, because I mean there's a lot of cool stuff going on in here, and I see what you mean by I don't actually know.
I don't think you flicked that switch back there.
I didn't. Probably not.
No. One in the...
So I think I skipped massive sections.
Yes,
oh,
did.
This was open.
You definitely did.
So I have no idea what's going on, but this is pretty cool. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, I won. I skipped like 80% of the game and I won.
It's great because it says kill the dragon, but there's no dragon.
I'm guessing it wandered into the lava and fell through or something. We have had some issues with enemies just kind of like yeeting themselves through the ground. So
that's what I'm talking about. Who needs to fight? Get out of here. Okay, so Singapore Jack asks, I've never streamed before. If I decided to do a VoxEdit stream, how would I notify you? Well, you can notify me in any variety of ways. You can get over on our Discord channel. You can see me there. I got a blue name because I work for the Sandbox as a salaried kind of person. You can also go over on Telegram if you prefer, or you can at me on Twitter. A lot of folks do that. If they at me on Twitter, then my followers sometimes see, hey, this person tagged you, right? Or whatever. So that can be helpful. Alex died. Haha. Just kidding. So, but yeah, reach out any way that you can. The easiest way, the way that I get these notifications the fastest tends to be Discord, because it's one of the only platforms that I allow the little dink to happen for me, because I actually don't mind the sound of that little dink. When it does, then I'll get back to you. And I see those notifications also on my phone, so there are different times. But if you are live in a time slot that already has someone that we officially support in it, then I probably wouldn't promote, because I want to promote the officially supported streamers first. But I may come and check you out while they are streaming, because I just, want to make sure that everybody is evenly distributed. So in order to become official, I would look at the time schedule and say, okay, somebody's not streaming this at this time. Absolutely. Or go ahead. Unless, once we get expanded enough, then I'll start considering like regional time slots. Like we'll say Korea, we'll look at the Korean streamers, or we'll look at the EU streamers, or we'll look at the US streamers, or America's streamers, and not really worry about time
19th
conflict.
century. What?
It's definitely early.
Sorry. Keep going. Sorry.
Sorry.
I was like, I don't know that there's too many people left in the world who've seen the 19th century.
Yeah, I think there's one lady in Japan that's 118, so she didn't even see the 19th century. But we're just poking fun. So we're in the 21st century now, because it's after the year 2000. So it's a cool time. So anyway, Alex, it is now 11:06.
Yes.
We have had 42 responses to the second form. I am going to close that form.
Alrighty.
I am going to RNG. I'm going to type 42. It's crazy. We had less people submit in the second form than we had in the first.
Oh,
so at this
shouldn't
time,
have given up after their first try.
There it is. Never going to... I'm so excited.
Oh,
I am so excited.
I think I know what's happening.
I'm so excited.
I think I know.
Do you know?
I have a good guess. I have one guess.
Guess, Alex.
Do you want me to say it out loud?
Say it out loud. Guess. Alex doesn't know. This isn't confirmed.
Is it Roy Goob's Day in the Sun?
Oh my gosh, it totally is.
Hey!
It totally is. That's why I was hyped. Roy Goob has been here for every stream for like a year.
Yeah.
Submitting for these. And Roy Goob was like, there's no way I've never. It's literally you, Roy Goob.
Man.
Congratulations. Thank you for being with us each and every single week on each and every stream, hanging out and having fun in these chats. I love to see it. I'm so hyped for you right now. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this is better than me winning Wizzy. Like, I got Wizzy and I was like, yeah, all right. You know what I mean? Roy Goob gets Wizzy and I'm like, oh, so excited. So It's real and it's spectacular. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited. 11:07 now in my local time. Alex, do you have
Oh, it's great.
any closing statements for our
Oh,
friends here in the chat?
it's just a magical moment, and I'm basking in the glow. That's all I got to say.
I just love it. I love it. I'm so excited. I'm really legitimately excited. I haven't been more excited because Roy is like every week Roy's in here and they're like, oh geez, I've been submitting. Come on, let me win. Roy has actually been there in multiple of the officially supported streamers where we've done draws where there've literally been 7 people who've submitted for a Wizzy NFT, which is why you guys should be watching these officially supported streamers so that I can drop in and give away with so many fewer people on the forum. And Roy was there on those forums. I think there was one that literally had 4 people who submitted for the forum, and Roy was there and did not win. And now, Roy, you have won. I'm so excited.
And we hit over 100 viewers at one point today. So that's
yes. Yes.
Now we did the 2 giveaways, but I worth it. So
totally.
All
totally
right.
Worth.
So
excited.
we don't have anything more exciting than that to do today. So we're going to end on that note. Thank you everybody for watching. We will see you Saturday. We're going to be working in VoxEdit, making some cool equipments for characters. I guess I can announce who it's for. It's for Crypto Stash, who's another streamer and YouTuber.
Crypto Stash. Yeah.
So we're going to be making some cool stuff for Crypto Stash. So come check us out on Saturday. And that's what we got for you. So have a great week, everybody. Stay safe.
So fun. So fun.